Yeah, good day, people. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, afternoon, night, whatever time of the day you're watching the video. On this video, we're going to be driving through West Lafayette, Indiana. Now, the last video I put out was Lafayette, Indiana. This is West Lafayette, Indiana, a whole separate city, which is located across the Wabash River from Lafayette. And this is part of the Lafayette, West Lafayette metro area. Now, West Lafayette has got a population of 44,595 people. It experienced a population growth of 50.7% from 2010 to 2020. Now, back during the 2010 census, the population was at 29,596 people, and as of the 2010 census, the population grew only by 2.8%. So this city has had a 50.7% population growth as of the 2020 census. I mean, clearly this is a heavily sought after city. A lot of people are moving here. And a lot of people would call Lafayette the home of Purdue University. But West Lafayette is the home of the main campus of Purdue University. And I'm gonna get to that in a little bit here. I just got a little bit of information to share with you guys in concerns to the university, which I think some of you might find a little interesting. So anyways, the plans for this town, well, let me back up here. Now, before it was even thought of to create what's now known as West Lafayette, there was another town that was supposed to be created. The town was called Wiley's Town. Now, the plans for Wiley's Town was originally laid out by Augustus, really, in 1836. And this town was supposed to be built south of the present Wabash River levee. However, due to regular floods of that area, the town was never built. Now, West Lafayette was formed by the merging of adjacent suburban towns of Chauncey, Oakwood, and Kingston, located on a bluff across the Wabash River from Lafayette back in 1888. Now, the present location of Purdue University, that opened in 1869, is where one of the former small suburban towns of Chauncey was located. This happened because Chauncey voted to be annexed, which basically, in layman's terms, means that one city is going to take over another city. They're gonna take ownership of another city. That's basically what that means in layman's terms. So that's what annex means. So, yeah, this happened because Chauncey voted to be annexed by Lafayette, because the town of Chauncey didn't have the resources to provide the infrastructure needed. Lafayette voted against the annexation of Chauncey due to the expenses that the improvement of the village would require. In 1888, the town of Chauncey changed its name to West Lafayette. The address of Purdue University was given to Lafayette until the 20th century. In November of 2013, the city of West Lafayette approved an annexation that placed much of Purdue University academic campus and residence hall system within the West Lafayette city limits. So kind of like for those of you that watched my Lafayette video earlier, the one I put out yesterday, if you guys recall, I was reading some of the comments on Niche, and there was a commenter that set the record straight, so to speak, about Lafayette and West Lafayette. And he basically said West Lafayette was the college community, not Lafayette. And at that point, I made a statement stating that, yeah, that kind of makes sense, because a lot of Purdue University appears to be located in West Lafayette, not in Lafayette. Well, what I just read to you guys kind of goes to confirm what that commenter was saying on my Lafayette video, if you guys remember that segment of that video. So basically, in a nutshell, much of Purdue University is actually located in West Lafayette. So I guess Lafayette, as well as West Lafayette, are the homes of Purdue University, if you want to be technical. So as far as it goes for the economy in West Lafayette, the West Lafayette economy is heavily influenced by Purdue University. The university employs 12,000 people. Now Purdue Research Park is home to over 140 companies. About 100 of them are tech related. These companies have employed a combined total of over 3,000 people since 2009. So again, West Lafayette is more the college community than Lafayette is. Lafayette is more the blue collar part of the West Lafayette Metro. As for West Lafayette is more so, you can say, white collar. Now, as far as a few things to do, obviously, if you can't find if you can't find anything that appeals to you here in West Lafayette, as far as entertainment, all you gotta do is cross over the other side of Wabash River and go into Lafayette, or you can take a hour drive or so into Indianapolis, or a couple of hours up into Chicago. But as far as a few things to do here in West Lafayette, you got the Lilly Nature Center. You also have the Happy Hollow Park, and you have the two Coomsaw Trail Park. In West Lafayette, as you guys will see as the video continues, West Lafayette is going to be the wealthier, the more expensive part of the West Lafayette/Lafayette Metro. In fact, the housing prices here in West Lafayette are going to be considerably more expensive than Lafayette. So, anyhow, you got 65.9% white population here, 3% black, 23.8% Asian, and 4.2% Hispanic. Now, if you're looking to rent here, your rent prices are going to go from $830 to $1,750 a month. And as a comparison to Lafayette, your median rent prices in Lafayette were $770 to $1,620 a month. Now, if you want to own a home here, now, much like Lafayette, the housing market here is busy because it is a very desirable place for many people to live, for those that can afford to pay that price tag. Now, the median home price here is going to be $306,000 compared to $200,000 in Lafayette. Now, the cheapest home you're going to find here right now is going to be priced at $260,000, and the housing market here is relatively busy. So housing here definitely is going to be more expensive than Lafayette, as I told you a second ago. And when it comes to the crime, if you can remember from my Lafayette video, your violent crime was 32% above national average. Your property crime was 77% above national average. Now, here in West Lafayette, both your violent crime and your property crime are significantly below national average, which is a good thing for those of you that don't know. So crime here in West Lafayette is significantly lower than Lafayette. And West Lafayette is also a little nicer than Lafayette. I'm not saying Lafayette is a dump, because it definitely isn't. West Lafayette is just a little nicer. It's significantly more expensive than Lafayette. As far as what I have to say about West Lafayette, I don't really have anything bad to say. If you want to live in this region of Indiana, if you got the money to live in West Lafayette, this is definitely going to be the more expensive and a slightly nicer part of the West Lafayette metro area. If you have concerns about the crime growing and about the increase of crime in Lafayette, which, if you guys can recall my Lafayette video I made yesterday, there were people that were commenting about the increased level of crime in Lafayette. So if that's going to be a concern of yours and you want to stay as far away from crime as possible, and you have the money to live over here in West Lafayette, then this is going to be the community for you. So, on that note, we're going to go to Niche, and we're going to see what other people have to say about West Lafayette. Already, there's been 162 people that have left reviews of West Lafayette on Niche. 38 rate this city excellent. Let me back up. West Lafayette has a 4 out of 5 star score. 38 say this place is excellent. 72 say this place is very good. 46 give this place an average. 6 people say this place is poor. And 0 people rated this place terrible. So we're going to do a normal. I'm going to go from 5-star all the way down to 2 stars in this case, because there is no comment for just 1 star. So let's go here. Okay, this first comment is from 10 days ago. It's a 5-star. It's a college town of Purdue. So there are some college bars and food that are affordable for students and faculty. Okay, another 5-star. This one's going to be a little longer. This is from 9 months ago. I have lived in West Lafayette for almost 1 year, and the experience has been nothing short of good for my physical and mental well-being. However, if you enjoy the big city life, the sight of skyscrapers and rolling hills and mountains, I definitely would not recommend that you move here. Life generally moves at a slower, more sedate pace over here than in most places. I lived and visited within and outside the U.S. I enjoyed taking long, reflective walks here and just soaking up the summer sun. So if you love hiking and being able to access everything with a 15-minute drive, you might love it here. It's generally safe around here, as the crime rate is low compared to most other places in the U.S. This makes it a family-friendly place. Altogether, hoping for more businesses to be built here to increase the youth population of the town. It has some good potential, I'll say. And I'll read one more. Now this one is from January of 2023. It's a 5-star comment. I am originally from a small town of Centerville, Indiana. Coming to West Lafayette has shown me what life can be like in a bigger city. There's always things to do. There's good food options. It's overall pretty good. Okay, and I'm gonna add my little 2 cents to that matter. I mean, it's kind of small, but whatever. But on the last comment that I read, he mentioned something about the sunlight. Well, maybe that was 2 comments ago, I don't know. But the person that mentioned something about soaking up the sunlight in the summertime, if you move to this region of Indiana, that's going to be about the only time of the year where you're going to get significant sunlight. Because as you guys can see on many of my videos here in this region of Indiana, even if the sun does come out, it's not going to be like super bright. The sky is going to, in most cases, still be gray. So yeah, I would say from late spring to early fall are going to be the best times of the year to get out here and get your vitamin D. Because other than that, yeah, you'll still get some sun, but it's not going to be like bright. You know, the skies are going to still be gray. Okay, enough of my 2 cents on that subject. Now we're going to go to 4 stars. Alrighty, this first one, which is a 4-star, is from 28 days ago. They got something to say. It's a little paragraph here. Let's see what they got to say. I enjoy living in West Lafayette because of the small town feel while still having access to the big city amenities. The town has a lively downtown area with local shops, restaurants, and a farmer's market. As a college town, there are always campus events and activities going on. The park and trails provide plenty of opportunities to enjoy the outdoors. However, the public transportation system could be improved with more bus routes reaching further throughout town. Additionally, more affordable housing options for non-students would increase accessibility. Overall, West Lafayette offers academic and social opportunities through the university culture while maintaining a comfortable, tight-knit community. Expanding transportation and housing would make the town even more welcoming to all residents. Well, you know, to be quite frank, I think the people of West Lafayette, they prefer to keep West Lafayette the way it currently is. They probably don't want too many people moving to this city, or the people that move here, they probably prefer the people that move here to have a little bit more upper mobility and to be on the more fluent side. And in order for that to happen, the city's not going to be able to entertain the idea of too many affordable housing areas. So I think as far as affordable housing here, you're not going to see it. Now, as far as it goes for the public transportation, most likely what you see right now is as good as it's going to get. Because again, I think the people that live here in West Lafayette, they want to keep it to where it's more expensive, to where people that move here have money and they have upper mobility. Because if West Lafayette increases their public transportation options and they start to build more affordable housing choices, then it's going to bring about a certain caliber of people that I don't think the residents of West Lafayette want to have. Now, I'm not saying people that are poor are bad people, or people that can't afford to live in West Lafayette the way it is right now are bad people. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the people who live here in West Lafayette prefer to keep this city the way it is for the most part. Okay, let's keep going. Now, this next comment is a 4-star. It is from 2 months ago. There is not much to do. If I want to do anything entertaining, I would have to go downtown Lafayette, which is not easily accessible. And I guess depending on what time of the day you go to Lafayette, yeah, you're gonna definitely be sitting in traffic for a while. And okay, one more 4 stars. This one is from 4 months ago. I have lived here my whole life. I've been raised here, and now I am going to college at Purdue University. Okay, that doesn't really tell me anything. Let's go one more. Okay, now this is another 4-star from 5 months ago. It is a nice town with lots of fun things around. The people are friendly. It is quiet. I love the outdoor parks and getting to sit by the Wabash River to unwind sometimes. I would like to see more food options available and more attractions, more shopping stores. Alrighty, let's move on to 3 stars. And in my humble opinion, the 3 stars on down is when sometimes the comments can get a bit interesting. So let's see what they gotta say. Now this is a 3-star from 2 months ago. Lack of community beyond the Purdue. Lack of community beyond the Purdue environment, but loved seeing it grow these past few years. Hope to see more culture, food options. Okay, here's another one, 3 stars from November of 2022. Very, very average. There's some fun stuff to do, but outside of Purdue campus, everything is spread out and far away. And again, like I said earlier, the people that live here in West Lafayette, most likely that's how they want their city to be. They want things to be further away. That way, if you move here, you have to, at the bare minimum, have enough money to afford your own transportation. So let's see. Now this one is from October of 2021. It's a 3-star. I'm going to read it. I think it's a good place to live if you're looking for something moderate. It's not too exciting, but pretty calm everywhere. Purdue is a really good college to go if interested in engineering, pharmacy, or anything medical related. Alrighty, we're gonna drop down and we're gonna read a few 2-stars. Okay, this is a 2-star from June of 2019. Isolated town. Dead social scenery. No, dead social scene. Sorry about that. Not much to do. West Lafayette is okay if you're at Purdue. Lafayette can get sketchy though. And remember, these comments are a little older. Now here's another 2-star. This is from April of 2017. So as I read some of these, just understand these are older, and they've done a lot of development since this time. But I'm gonna read them anyways because I just want you guys to get an idea of what other people who used to live here or currently live here think of this community. So this one from April of 2017. 2 stars. I thought it was too big and too much for me. I didn't feel comfortable here, and I'm going back home very soon. Everyone is very nice and friendly until they have to care about you and be their friend. They don't like that. Okay, whatever the hell that means, but whatever. Alright, folks. That's all I gotta read. There's a couple more that I could read, but they're from 10 years ago, and I'm not wasting my time reading anything that old for this city anyway. So, hopefully you guys got something out of the commentary today on West Lafayette. And, obviously there's a whole hour more of the video to go. I realize the video is extra long, so most of you are gonna probably have to break the video down, watch however long you can watch at a time, and then come back and watch whatever later. I know the video is long, but there is a lot here in West Lafayette that I wanted to record, so that's the reason for the extra long video. I personally think that West Lafayette is a beautiful city. Too bad I couldn't have done this video during the summer with the sun. It would have made the footage that much nicer, but it is what it is. It's Indiana. And for those of you that are looking to move to Indiana during this time of the year, this is pretty much the type of climate that you can look forward to for the most part. So it is what it is. But aside from the gray, cloudy days up here, West Lafayette, in my opinion, it's a beautiful city. It really is. And I feel that it does have a fair amount of things to offer its residents. And for those, and like I told you guys a minute ago, for those of you that are complaining about the public transportation system not being as good as it should be, and you're complaining about the lack of affordable housing, like I said, the residents who live here in West Lafayette, they're not going to go for affordable housing. Either they're going to go for an expansion of the current public transportation system. Because if they do, like I told you earlier, it's going to bring about a caliber of people that this city doesn't want to deal with. And people that are lower income, I mean, typically people who utilize public transportation here in Indiana are typically going to be stereotyped as being lower income and not having upper mobility. So one way for cities like this to kind of filter the people that come here is to purposely limit public transportation. Another way that communities like this filter the people that move here is to keep the housing prices up high. Because obviously, if you don't have a lot of money, if you don't have upper mobility, you're not going to be coming here and buying a house any way, shape, or form for $300,000+. It's not happening, not here in Indiana. Now, granted, if you go to a lot of your bigger cities like LA, New York, places like that, there's going to be a much higher number of people that are going to utilize public transportation, and they're not going to be stereotyped as being someone who does not have upper mobility. But in a much smaller place like here in Indiana, there's going to be that stigma that some people are going to have against you if you do utilize public transportation on a regular basis. So, yeah. So if you're looking to live in the Lafayette/West Lafayette metro area and you don't have a lot of money, I'm going to say this. My suggestion is that you don't move in this area at all. I mean, don't even think about moving to this region of Indiana. That's what I would tell you. That would be my advice. Because even if you move into Lafayette is not, it's cheaper than West Lafayette, but even in Lafayette, if you want to live anywhere that's half decent, I would say right now in this current housing market, you better have close to a couple $100,000 to drop on a house. Because much lower than that, you might find yourself living in the hood. But definitely, if you're looking to move to this region of Indiana and you don't got a lot of money, obviously don't even look at West Lafayette. Don't even look at it. It's not happening. It is what it is. You'll be better off. Like I said, if you don't got your money right, honestly, you would be better off living in some other part of Indiana. There's a lot of smaller communities, maybe within an hour of the metro, where you can move to that would be more affordable and still safe. So as far as housing affordability goes in West Lafayette, it's not happening. You ain't gonna find it. Don't even look. As far as the improvement on the public transportation, I suppose I could be wrong, and there might be a chance of it happening, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume that most likely what you see is what you get, and it's not gonna get much better. Because the people who live out here don't want it to get better in terms of the public transportation. And that's my 2 cents on that topic. So, on that note, go ahead, watch the rest of the video, and stay blessed. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.